Hi guys, my name is Damien. Welcome to Irish Feeder. As you can see today, I'm at home. There will be no fishing today. Short movie today about my feeder rigs, as I'm getting a good few questions about the feeder rigs. How do I tight them and when do I use them? So today I want to show you what type of rigs do I use, how do I make them, and when do I use them. All we need to make a feeder rig is line. It's a 0.33 line. Someone can say it's too thick, but I use a thick line because you get less tangle with the line like this. Okay. Now another thing is we need rubber stoppers. Okay, always use them in size, medium size. Don't use large because there might be too loose on the line, so we don't need that. Medium size will be perfect. Okay, and another thing is it's a snap link swivels. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about 60 to 70 centimeters of the line, right? Trim that off and simply just make a loop at the end of that line. Right, so it'll be very simple knot. It's overhang knot, right? Just simply put two pieces line together, just like that. And we're trying to make a loop. So put that together and push the loop through the hole twice. And now just put it together. And now just trim that end of the line. Just pull it, make sure it's good and tight. Now another step is now we're going to use the snap link swivels. So thread that onto the line and just push it away. We don't need that. Another thing is it's a rubber stopper. Okay, it's going onto the line next. So simply just pop it onto the line. And just push that away as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to measure about 30 centimeters of the line, right? And just put that in half. because we're gonna try to make a twizzle bun about 30 centimeter line. Put it in half, put it together, just like that. And now, before I'm gonna make a twizzle bun, I'm gonna make a small loop at the end, okay? So, again, it'll be overhang knot again. Try to make it as small as you can, just like that. And that will be perfect. I hope you can see that. Now, and take those two pieces of line apart, take them just like that, and we'll try to make a twizzle bun. You just have to twist the line in different directions together. Don't forget, your twizzle bun has to be about 1 to 2 centimeters longer than the end of your feeder, okay? That's very important, because you're not going to get any tangle. If it's too short, you will get tangle. So has to be longer. Don't forget about that. Now, I'd say that's enough. It's about 15 centimeters, okay? Because I don't use any feeder links or anything like that. So I don't need a longer twizzle bun. Now, again, overhang knot. And twice again. Push it together. Just make sure it's tight. Now, trim that end off. And that's really everything. Now just push the stopper, rubber stopper, into the knot. And that's your feeder rig. As you can see, once you put your feeder in there, you can see that twizzle bun works perfect. And someone can say, why am I not using a quick change swivel for the hook lengths, right? I'm a massive believer that more stuff you put on your line, more tangle you get, okay? So I don't use that. And how do you attach the hook length into it? Simply loop to loop, push it together, and that's it. That's your feeder rig. It's a free run rig. It's perfect. I don't get any tangle with that, okay? Now I'm gonna measure about 40 centimeter line, okay? And just put that together to another piece of line, like that. And what we're gonna do is, I'm trying to make a big loop, right? It's about 40 centimeters, right? From this end to another end. And what we're gonna do is just simply make a overhang knot again. Push that line twice through the loop. just like that. Make sure it's nice and tight. That will be perfect. Now trim that off. So what we have here, it's a big loop, okay? Now about 3/4 of that loop, which is about here, okay? Now cut that line off, just like that. And now what we have is 2 pieces of line like this, okay? It's a shorter one and the longer one. Now use the shorter one, and what we're going to do is we're going to use a snap link swivel, okay? Just pop that onto the line like that. As you can see, the distance from the knot and the snap link swivel, it's about 15 centimeters, okay? It's about that. Now that's enough. So we're gonna tie that snap link swivel into the loop. Simply just go around 10 times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now this end of the line, we have to push it through the loop there, just like that. And that's it. Just have to trim that end off. Make sure it's tight. Now the other end of the line, we have to think about the feeder, right? Because don't forget, that's where you put your feeder into it, right? Into that snap link swivel. So your feeder, it's going to be another 5 to 7 centimeter or something like that. So don't forget that other line has to go past your feeder, okay? So I'd say this will be perfect, just like that. So we're gonna make another loop there. Just trim that off because it's too long. And once again, overhang knot. I'm trying to make a loop twice again. Now pull it hard. Trim that end off. And that's what we have. You're going to put your feeder in there, okay, and your hook length into that loop. Again, loop to loop, perfect. Now I'm going to measure another, maybe about 30 centimeters. And trim that off. And once again, we have to make another loop there. Twice again. and trim that off. Now that's your paternoster rig, okay? There's your feeder and that longer piece of line, that's where your hook end is going to, okay? Very simple rig. It's very good for rivers. Now my last rig is, it's gonna be a helicopter rig, which I love it. I use that for distance fishing, but I tell you that in about a minute. How to make that? Once again, get a piece of line about 70 centimeter, okay? And what we do first is I'm gonna use these rubber stoppers, okay? Just pop that onto the line. Just pull it away. Now another thing is, which I didn't show you before, it's the quick change swivel. That's for your hook land, right? I hope you can see that. Now, thread that onto the line. And just like that, push it away. And now another rubber stopper, okay? Because we have to trap that quick change in between the rubber stoppers. Just push it away. Just trim that end of the line because it always get damage when you're trying to put your rubber stoppers onto the line. Just trim that off. Simply like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a twizzle bum again, right? But first of all, I'm going to push another snapling swivel into the line like this, and I'm gonna use probably about 20 centimeters, okay? 20 centimeters from the end of the line to the snapling swivel. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a twizzle bum. So twist the line in opposite direction again. And just like that. It's about, I'd say it's about 15 centimeters, okay? We don't need any longer than that. And once again, overhang knot twice through the loop. Just pull it hard, make sure it's tight. And now this piece of line, we have to get rid of that, so trim that off. And what we have here, it's a twizzle bum goes into your snapling swivels, okay? And now what you can do is just push your rubber stopper into the knot, just like that, okay? And now I'm going to measure another, I'd say about 40 centimeters off the line. And we're going to make another loop. Now, twice again. Always use twice again, because I believe that the nut is going to be much stronger. Okay, just pull it hard, make sure it's right, and now just trim that end off again. And that's your helicopter rig. It's very simple. As you can see, it doesn't need much time to make it. Now, why do I use twizzle bung there at the end? You don't have to do that, but I do that because, don't forget, you have to put your hook length into that one, okay, into that quick change. Now, once you put your hook length into it, just push that rubber down, and there's your feeder there. Don't forget, you're not going to go down with your hook length down to the feeder, okay? Because if you do that, you won't be able to see the bite. So this is the minimum distance that I use. Now, what we have here is 3 feeder rigs that I'm using a lot, right? But let's start from the first rig, which is the free running rig, which is this one. When do I use that? I always use when I'm fishing close in, right? Close in, it's about 35 to 40 meters, okay? Because once you go past that distance, sometimes you get tangled, right? But it's perfect when you're fishing close in. When you're speed fishing, fishing for roach, or even skimmers, it doesn't matter. It's just perfect when you're fishing close in, okay? That's when I'm using that. Now another rig is the Paternoster rig. When do I use that? I only use that on the river, when I'm fishing on the rivers, okay? Because the flow, we have the flow. That's why I use Paternoster rigs on the rivers. I know some anglers use that on the lake, but it doesn't work for me, so I don't use that. But it doesn't mean you can try that, and if it's working for you, that's fine. You can use that. Now, next one, which is the last rig I use, is the helicopter rig. When do I use that? When I'm fishing on a distance, okay? Everything above, let's say 50 meters, 70, 80 meters, up to 100 meters, I use that rig because I get less tangle, okay, on that rig. That's why I use that. I think it's perfect. Now, hopefully this short movie will help you to choose your best feeder rig, okay? Because that's the plan. But that's the feeder rigs I'm using. It doesn't mean that you have to use that, okay? If you have your own rigs, fair enough. That's the rigs I'm using a lot, okay? Now, thank you very much for watching, guys, and if you didn't subscribe to the channel yet, please do that. Just hit the button there, subscribe to the channel, and there will be more movies coming out shortly. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.